The courtroom was silent, until it wasn't a burst of laughter echoed against the wooden walls, bouncing from one shocked face to another. The judge leaned back in his chair, unable to contain himself. The attorneys chuckled. Even some of the spectators smirked. And all because a young woman in an orange jumpsuit, her wrists chained together, had quietly said, "I can speak 10 languages." No one believed her. No one even tried to. But that was before she opened her mouth again, before kindness changed everything. Before we start, if you love real stories that show the power of kindness, hope, and humanity, make sure you subscribe to Kindness Action. Like the video, drop a comment, and help us spread positive stories across the world. Her name was Elena, 26, quiet, pale from sleepless nights, and visibly terrified under the courtroom lights. She had been arrested after being found sleeping in the back of a closed city library, a place she went because she felt safe among books. They charged her with trespassing. She didn't argue. She didn't fight. She didn't even raise her voice. She simply stood there, hands trembling, waiting for judgment. The problem was, no one actually asked her why she ended up there. The judge looked at her paperwork. No address listed. No job listed. No family contacts. "Is there anything you want to tell the court before sentencing?" Elena swallowed. "Yes, Your Honor, I want to say something." The judge nodded impatiently. "I can speak 10 languages." The judge blinked, then burst out laughing. "You can speak 10 languages, huh?" 10. The courtroom joined in, some people even whispering comments as if she couldn't hear them. But Elena didn't flinch. Her shoulders tightened, but her eyes stayed steady. The judge waved his hand. "All right then. Go ahead. Impress us." A cold quiet fell, mocking, heavy, dismissive. Elena lifted her head slightly and began speaking. Not in English but in fluent, elegant French. Then she switched to Spanish with a natural accent so smooth that even native speakers would have paused. Then German, then Mandarin, clear, precise tones that made the courtroom freeze, then Arabic, then Russian, and more. Language after language flowed out of her like water from a deep well, each one steady, perfect, beautifully spoken. No one laughed now, not a single person. The judge's smile vanished, replaced with disbelief. A woman in the back row covered her mouth. Even the bailiff stepped closer, staring as though witnessing something impossible. When Elena finally stopped, the courtroom was silent. The judge cleared his throat. Where did you learn all that?" Her answer was so soft, it almost disappeared in the library. She explained that she had grown up in foster homes, moved from place to place, never staying long enough to make friends or feel safe. But the one place she always found peace was inside libraries. Books didn't judge her. Stories didn't leave her. Languages became her escape, her passion, and eventually, her survival. She had been homeless for almost a year. Every day, she'd sit at the library, studying one language after another, until closing time forced her out. But that night, a freezing winter storm swept through the city. She had nowhere to go. So she stayed. And got arrested. The judge looked down at her file again, then back at her trembling hands. Before he could speak, someone stood up from the audience. It was a middle-aged woman with soft eyes and a gentle voice. "Your Honor," she said, "I work at the International Refugee Support Center downtown. We desperately need translators. Real translators. Someone who can connect with people who are scared and alone, someone who understands struggle." She stepped closer to Elena. "Someone like her." The judge raised an eyebrow. "You're offering her a job?" The woman nodded. "And shelter. And food. And training. She deserves a chance." People in the courtroom murmured. Some were surprised, some emotional, but every single person felt the shift in the room, the sudden realization of how cruel their laughter had been. The judge leaned forward. "Elena, would you take that offer?" Her lips trembled. "Yes. Please." He removed his glasses and sighed deeply, almost ashamed of himself. "In that case," he said softly, "I'm dismissing the charges. You are free to go." "And Elena? I'm sorry we didn't take you seriously." Tears finally rolled down her face, silent but full of relief. The courtroom, the same people who had mocked her minutes earlier, stood up and gave her a quiet, respectful applause. It wasn't loud. It wasn't showy. But it was sincere. As Elena walked out, the woman from the refugee center placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "You're safe now. And you're needed." For the first time in years, Elena believed it. Weeks later, Elena began working as a translator, helping families who had fled war, children who spoke no English, and parents who just wanted to be understood. Every time she translated a word correctly, every time she helped someone feel less alone, she remembered that cold courtroom and the laughter that almost broke her, but she also remembered the single act of kindness that saved her. One person saw her, one person believed in her, one person stepped forward when the rest stepped back. That was all it took. Kindness didn't just change her day, it changed her entire future in a world full of noise, judgment, and quick opinions. Elena's story reminds us of something simple but powerful. Never underestimate a person just because you don't understand their struggle. Everyone carries stories you can't see. Everyone hides talents you don't know. And sometimes, the smallest act of kindness becomes the turning point in someone's life. So today, choose kindness. You might just change someone's world. And sometimes, the smallest act of kindness becomes the turning point in someone's life. So today, choose kindness. You might just change someone's world.